Hi, everybody. It's Miss Patty, and today we have a bonus CNN 10 because there was a little glitch or something, and the new episode wasn't released yet. So I just reviewed yesterday's, and now today is Wednesday, May 6th, 2020, and we'll see what Carl has to say.
An interesting side effect of the global coronavirus pandemic, robocalls are down. And we're not hearing too many complaints about that. Welcome.
Oh, all right. I hadn't even noticed that, but now that I think about it, yes, robocalls. The first thing he's going to talk about is robocall. See, you can see how terrible of a typist I am, but robocalls. We'll see what those are. Do you know what those are? I think I know, but he's going to explain it here in a second.
CNN 10, I'm Carl Azus. Any phone call that features a recorded message instead of an actual person is a robocall. It could be a reminder to make a payment, refill a prescription, or vote for a political candidate. It could be an illegal attempt to sell you something or to scam you out of money for things like fake coronavirus tests. But with international call centers shut down because of COVID-19 and with governments trying to prevent scams related to the disease, robocalls dropped 40% between February and April, according to a U.S. robocall prevention service. But the head of UMail says he expects a lot of these calls to be ringing again by the end of the summer as social distancing rules are relaxed and businesses come back online. There's a lot of tension in the United States and beyond about.
Yeah, so honestly, it does feel nice not to have as many phone calls coming in where you pick up the phone and no one's there. That's usually a robocall that's trying to figure out if your number is a real number or if not. So, okay, let's see what's next. Okay, so next, I didn't show you the preview here, but the next thing is Carl is going to talk about a pizzeria in Italy. Okay, that sounds delicious, right?
Antica pizzeria da Michela. Dario is busy, busier than he's been in more than 50 days. Sì, siamo aperti operativi. Monday, Italy's nationwide lockdown was eased, and L'Antica Pizzeria da Michele is now back in business, but only for takeaway and home delivery. A year ago, the restaurant would be full and there'd be maybe 20 people waiting outside, Dario tells me. It was here that Julia Roberts ate pizza and Eat, Pray, Love. But today, she'd have to do her eating outside. This pizzeria opened 150 years ago.
Wow.
In that time, it stayed open during a cholera epidemic and the entire Second World War. It only shut its doors when coronavirus came to town. Now Napolitani can be reunited with their beloved pizza, which local lore insists was invented here. Giuliano and Francesca got by on homemade pizza during the lockdown, but it just wasn't the same. For us Napolitani, to go without pizza for this long is almost impossible, says Giuliano. Bruno is happy to get his pizza again, but worries people, especially the young, are letting down their guard. Everyone is together, he says. It's more dangerous now than a month ago, as far as I'm concerned. But the pizza's getting cold, so goodbye. This pizzeria has been in the same family for 5 generations. Closure being a high cost. It was depressing.
All right, so that's exciting that that pizza place is back in business and people are able to get their pizza again. So one of the customers, did you see, said that it was hard for people to not eat their pizza. When they were making pizza at home. Have you been making pizza at home? Oh, that seems like something fun that we should try and do together, virtually, of course, and then back when we're back at school. But that may be something that my family should do. Um, I've gotten the pre-made pizza crusts before, and that's very easy to do. And then you just put your favorite toppings on it. All right, let's fast forward here to see what's next. Okay.
Now some stomachs and pockets can be filled again.
10-second trivia. What is the oldest state capital in the United States? Richmond, Virginia, Boston, Massachusetts, Sacramento, California, or Santa Fe, New Mexico?
Okay. So what is the oldest state capital in the United States? Richmond, Virginia, Boston, Massachusetts, Sacramento, California, or Santa Fe, New Mexico? I am gonna say, switch over to here. Think about what your answer would be. And put the comma in there. All right, my answer would be Richmond, Virginia. I think that is the oldest state capital in the United States. Go ahead, shout out your answer. What do you think? Yeah. All right, let's see what the answer is.
Santa Fe was established by the Spanish in 1610, making it the oldest state capital in the country.
I'm always wrong. Santa
The
Fe,
state of New
I've been there.
Mexico is also home to Spaceport America, a takeoff and landing site for spacecraft that opened in 2011. The facility has seen its share of delays, setbacks, and criticism since then. Its $220 million cost has been funded by taxpayers, and one of the main reasons for building it was to accommodate space tourism, and that hasn't taken off yet. This is now one of several spaceports that have been built in the United States.
All right, it looks like he's going to talk about, so I'm going to delete that. So we are going to Santa Fe, New Mexico, and Spaceport. This should be interesting.
Critics say there are now more of these facilities than there is business for them, but there was a successful test flight at Spaceport America last week. Virgin Galactic, which is the main tenant there, completed an unpowered flight of its Spaceship Two vehicle, and that was seen as another step toward space tourism.
The future of travel could take place here, someday. This is Spaceport America in New Mexico, a place where you can buy a ticket for a future ride to space.
And liftoff.
For decades, NASA has dominated the space industry, but over the last 10 years or so, entrepreneurs like Sir Richard Branson, Elon Musk, and Amazon's Jeff Bezos have injected billions into the field. They're looking to make space travel commercial.
I think it's important.
We want to make space accessible to everyone. That would be the ultimate dream.
Virgin Galactic plans to shuttle customers into suborbital space for $250,000 each, and they plan to do it from a facility like this. They're not alone. X-Core Aerospace, Worldview also have plans to send people to space. But the tourism industry is just one part of commercializing space. Economists who studied the field say the real moneymaker will be something called point-to-point travel. Imagine traveling by space plane from London to Singapore in an hour, or from Los Angeles to London in a couple of hours. These ships, once they're tested and approved, could be the Concorde of the 21st century, zipping people and packages around the globe ultra fast. Innovating for the future of travel is a huge task and will take time. Point-to-point is still in its infancy, and commercial space tourism has yet to find its legs. And there are setbacks along the way. Virgin Galactic, a company considered by many to be leading the pack in commercial space tourism, suffered a major setback during a test flight. One of their space planes, flying over the Mojave, came apart, killing one pilot and injuring another. As it grows, the commercial space industry is having to overcome some of the same issues its predecessors like NASA faced: fire, explosions, and losses of life. But those leading the way like Virgin's Branson say despite the challenges and setbacks, they too are enduring. They will push ahead.
In the early days of aviation, there were incidents, and then aviation became very safe. We're going to learn from what went wrong, discover how we can improve safety and performance, and then move forwards together.
There are 9 spaceports in the country, and more are planned in the coming years. When commercial space flights take off, they'll launch from places like this one. Will buildings like Spaceport America and others one day shuttle paying customers back and forth to space? We can't say for sure, but at one point, the idea of a race to the moon must have seemed pretty daunting as well.
So, remember a few weeks ago we talked about the space balloons, and we talked about, would you go if you had enough money or the ability to go to space? Would you go to space with one of these? $250,000 per seat. That's a lot of money. If I had that much money, I'd like to go. It seems like an adventure. I don't have that much money though, so I might not be able to do that. But all right, let's see what's next.
For 10 out of 10, it's not unusual to see the wetlands around Mumbai, India turn pink this time of year. A flamboyance of flamingos, that's what a group of flamingos is called. They migrate to India's second largest city in the winter months to get a bite to eat. But because there's less human activity this time around due to the country's lockdown, it's possible the number of flamingos in 2020 could surpass last year's record of 134,000. And that would set the old high water mark, a flamingo. They don't really cause a flap unless residents want them to flamingo somewhere else. Some appreciate the colorful scene, some say it fits the bill, some say the fun is just beginning. But for critics, it's for the birds, y'all. I'm Carl Azus. Bethune, France is where we wrap up today's show with the students of St. Dominique High School. Thank you for watching from France and from YouTube.
That seems to be skipping. All right. Well, everybody, you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you again on Friday with my next one of CNN 10. Hope you're all doing well. Bye-bye.